Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Deborah and today I'm going to be making some faux postcards. So I'm starting with some things from this book. It's called Great British Writers. It's just a book that I happen to have and it's got really nice images in it. I almost got rid of it and thought, what am I ever going to use this for? Because it's actually famous people. But then I thought I would keep it because I thought maybe I can do some of these faux postcards, and I know that I've seen a few people do faux postcards like this one here. That would make a really nice postcard actually. Might just take that one out while I'm here. But it's probably, you know, a lot of the book will end up in the rubbish, but maybe I can make some other things out of it, like that little boy. He's really cute. But obviously this is, you know, about real people, not fictional people. So I'd have to be careful about what I made actually. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to do today. So I'll start by cutting out an image. Now I've already cut a couple, so I probably don't need to be cutting this one again. It's just that I liked it. So I'll put it aside and move on with something that I'd already pre-done. These are the two that I picked out. This is a nice scenery one. And I don't know, it's probably, I don't know what it is. I was going to say it was Versailles, but I've been there and I don't remember that it looked like that. But anyway, and then this is just a scenery one. There is a scenery on the back, which is quite sort of bland, or I can do the people one on the front. I don't know which one I want to do. I might do the scenery one because it's not quite big enough. I've just got a bit of manila folder and cut, you know, these are offcuts. Maybe if I do this one, that would look better because then I can trim the sky off, can't I? Okay, so let's get some glue. I will need some glue to stick it all together. And I also have some stamps out. Now the stamps I'm using are again, of course, Tim Holtz. I own very few other stamps, and these ones are called Correspondence CMS 225, and their stamp is anonymous from Tim Holtz. So I will put some glue on. Now I don't need glue on all of this. Try not to get some on that top bit. But I'll put some on here just to start by fastening the postcard onto the manila cardstock. And I can trim it up afterwards. A normal postcard would be 6x4. That's kind of your standard size. But there's nothing to say that you can't have something smaller like this one here. No reason in the world at all why you wouldn't be able to make a faux postcard out of whatever sized image you have and that you want to. So I think for the faux postcards, they might make really good journaling spots, because if you put them in there, you can then write little notes and journal on the back of them. I am obviously going to fix the back up. It won't stay like that. But a book like the one I've got is a really good base for these. So if you see these sorts of books in op shops and you want to do this sort of thing, then that would be a good thing to use. I didn't get this book from an op shop. It's one that my mother-in-law had, and when she passed, of course, last year, I got all her books and things, and I've been slowly going through them all, working out what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep. So now I've got the fronts done, nice postcard. I'll do the backs, and you can see there's significant difference between the two sizes, and that's cool, no problem. Now, normally down the middle of a postcard, we have a line signifying the center. I think I'm going to wing it and just kind of work out where it's got to go, just manually, and then just draw it. So I'm going to draw just with a black ballpoint pen. That's fine for me, just divide it in half. They do that so you can put the address on one side and the information, you know, the message on the other side. And some postcards don't even have this anymore. But it's a good reminder to actually not forget to put an address on, because when I was in Scotland a few years ago, I sent off a postcard to my dad and I didn't address it. I was wondering why I had so much room to write on it, and then I realised after I'd put it in the mailbox that I hadn't addressed it. So there you go. It's a bit silly. needless to say, he never got it, and it was a lovely one of these beautiful cows that they have in Scotland that are black with big white bands around their bellies. So they look like they're wearing like a, you know, a jumper or something around their bellies. I can't quite remember the name of them. I do want to have my receive stamp. Now I've got some real stamps out. If you don't have real stamps, you can use faux stamps. It wouldn't matter. Just so I happen to have a packet of these, so I thought I'd get them out and actually put a real stamp on. I might put a little tiny one on here. This is a 1 cent stamp from, you know, obviously it's Queen Elizabeth, in case you don't know that. I guess some of you might not know that. I've got a bird one there. I'll use that one. And a lot of our stamps have the Queen on them. Not so much these days, but in the old days they were all of the King and Queen. So this is just a little 1 cent one, which means it's post 1966 when we got decimal currency. And stamps haven't been 1 cent for a long time. It now costs you $1 to post a standard letter in Australia. The basic thing, actually, no, it's $1.10. I forgot, it's gone up. The basic payment that you make, the minimum payment to post anything, is $1.10. And there you go, very expensive indeed. And the other thing, as I said, I've got my little stamps out. And these are all postagey type stamps, so I thought I might play and put some different things on them. I'm going to start with the bigger one. I've got this big round postmark stamp. I'm actually going to put it over the top of that little bird that I just put on there, and I probably shouldn't have put it right on top of the bird, but I guess if anything it makes it look a bit more realistic, because that's what they do at the post office. And then I've got this long one that says postcard. I'm not sure that it's going to fit, and again it might go over the top of the stamp that I just put there, but that's fine as well. Let's put this one down. There you go. I put it a tiny little bit crooked, but it's pretty good actually. Maybe I should have done it this way, or even put it on the line so I could have measured that. Maybe that was the trick that I didn't use. I'll try and do that with the next one to put it in the correct place if I've got another one of those. See if I can find one that says postcard on it. I think that was the only one. I might do the airmail. Put some more ink on it. Now the ink I'm using is just the archival distress ink, black soot. Now because it's a distress ink doesn't mean that it's reactive with water. Yes they are, but not in the archival inks. It just means using the distress colours, and black soot is one of the distress colours, and that's why they put them out, because people wanted those colours. I think I need something else on them, don't you? Try something else. Maybe we should have a little round one. I'd like to put a little round one on here. I'm not sure I've got a little round one. Actually, I've never used some of these, so that's good. They're not that old. I haven't had them for that long. But like these little barcodes and things are very cool. Try and get this straight this time. So you'll notice if you watch my channel that I do use the same sorts of things, like the inks and things. I don't have that many inks. I have some, but most of them are Tim Holtz. I'll put this one down here. I'm not sure where a barcode goes on a stamp, on a postcard. Should get a postcard out and have a look, shouldn't I? I might put this one here too. So yes, that's why, but I always do show you what I'm using in terms of my product. So if I haven't, please go back and ask me for it, because I do like to use it. I'm going to put this down here. I've changed my mind. I do like to let people know what I'm using. That's what I was trying to say, because I think it's important if you want to try and replicate some of the stuff that I've been doing, then you know you need to know what I'm using. It doesn't mean you have to go and buy what I'm using. It just means that if you if you want to, you know what I've got. So I think I'll grab this one out too. As I said, these bottom half, I haven't even touched them. But I'm going to use some of them now, which is nice. I think these are very cool. I like them. Now with this one, I'm going to put that actually here. Should have put it underneath, shouldn't I? I'll still put it on top. I should have actually put this underneath because it says place stamp here, and then I could have put that on. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to put another stamp over the top of it. Let's see. I know I'm covering up that stamp, but I've got plenty of those stamps, so it's not really an issue. I might put the purple one on this time. I think that would look cooler to have the stamp thing that says place stamp here actually underneath the stamp rather than on top of it. So I'll pop the 7-cent one down. It was a long while ago too. The stamps were 7 cents. And what else will I put on them? They look like they could use something else, don't they? Particularly this one, or are they enough? I don't know if they're enough or not. I might do something on this side too. Again, I'm taking one of the long ones that I haven't used. It says correspondence address only. And I'm tarting up the front of this. That looks good. I like that one too. And then maybe I'll put this one down here while I'm at it, since I've got it on my board. And I'm thinking that I need some like numbers or something on them. So I'm sure I've got some little number things on here. This one here, there's a tiny little one. Basically it's got a little date on it. It's minuscule. And I want to put it sort of like here. Okay. Didn't mean for it to go there, but that's where it ended up. And I've never used that one either. It's so small. Let's try one of these other ones. I put the little aeroplane on. I have used the little aeroplane before. So this is a really good stamp set. I think it's one of my favourites. And I've got the little aeroplane, so I'm going to pop the aeroplane down here because this says US Airmail. There you go. And then I think that's enough on that. Room to journal, and you've got the little thing over here. And before I stop, I'm just going to ink up some of this one. This one is just a row of like airmail lines. And I'm going to pop this one down there. I knew I'd get some on the desk when I did that because it's those it was longer than the thing. But I think that's probably enough. So that's what these stamps are great for. And I really want to do that other one. So I'm just going to let these dry. Now that was so much fun that I think I'm going to make it some more. I've got 4 more pictures. So these are again out of that same book exactly. And I've just chosen 4 random pictures because I think this would be good to put in my stash if I'm looking for something to use as a journaling spot. So that's why I thought I may as well sit here and chat and do a couple more. So I wanted to let you know again that I do have a Happy Mail list. If you haven't seen that or heard of that, once a month I'm going to be doing Happy Mail to somebody. Now you need to have subscribed to my YouTube channel, and you can get in touch a number of ways. So first of all, you could get in touch with me via my Facebook group, which is called String Along, which is an offshoot of my Facebook page for String and Scissors. If you don't do Facebook, and I know there's some of you who don't, that's okay. There's no obligation to join the group. You can just message me on Facebook. And the other thing you could do if you don't do Facebook, because I did have a couple of people asking, is you can send me a message on Instagram, because I have an Instagram channel, or whatever you call it. And again, that is String and Scissors. They're all the same. It's all the same logo. So you shouldn't have any problem finding me. And then if you don't have that, or you don't do Instagram, then you can get in touch through Etsy. So I do have an Etsy shop, as no doubt you know. And again, String and Scissors, and you can get in touch through that. And what you need to do is just to give me your name and address. And if you do YouTube under something different, I appreciate if you let me know who you are as well, because that's quite nice to know who everyone is. So just send me your name and address, and once a month I'm going to be doing a random draw from that list of people and sending them some of my handmade items. So things that I've handmade mostly on this channel. And if you don't want anything from me, then that's fine. Just don't give me your name and address. But if you do, and you watch me and you want something that I've made, then send me your name and address, please. I won't use it for anything else. It's just for Happy Mail, and there's no obligation to do anything with it other than just make sure that you subscribe to me, because I really appreciate that, and this is my way of saying thank you. So I recently did the giveaway for my 3,000 subbies, and I know there are a couple of people who said, oh, they missed out because they weren't watching, but or hadn't watched in time. So this is a way that you can get onto the list, and if you ever want to leave the list, just let me know and I will remove you from it. So the details for all those addresses are in the description below. Actually, I might put my link tree in there, because that will give you a list of all the different social media and different platforms where you will find me. And that's probably just as easy for me as well. So I'll have to go and update that. But if I forget, then you know where to find me. And also don't forget to comment. I love your comments. I read them all. I respond to them all. I was reading a fabulous one the other day. Now, I can't remember who that was from, but I'm sure you know who you are. And they said that they got my pack of paper dolls, and I was a bit confused. I was like, what? What do they mean by that? And then they went on to say that the pack of paper dolls that they got had one with a head, no body, and another person whose hair was cut off down to, you know, all her hair and her forehead and everything down to her eyes. So they figured they must have been my paper dolls, since I'm the one who chops them up like that, the poor little paper dolls. I thought that was just too funny. It was so good to receive comments like that. And then the other thing that I had somebody say, now again I'm just going to randomly eyeball where that line should go and draw it in. Somebody said, now I know who that was, because it was Susan Davis. No, Susan, because she won one of my journal giveaways. That's how come I remember her. And thanks, Susan, and hi. And she said that the thing I've did in the last couple of videos with the old family photos, she said maybe that would be great to do a number of those and then make up an album like that. And I thought, yeah, that is a good idea. So good thought there, Susan, and thanks for that. Now, I think I'm a bit off on the centre on some of these. I think that one definitely is. I'm just eyeballing it. I could measure, but I don't really care if it's not perfect. These are for my journals, or, you know, if you get one in Happy Mail, Don't tell me that it's not perfect, because I'll say I know it's not perfect. So where's that little stamp here? Yeah, so I've got 4 more that I'm going to do. And let's put the stamp on the correct side. So this will be another thing. So I've got 2 that are portrait and 2 that are landscape, but obviously when you get a portrait photo like that, you still fill out in landscape on the back of it. So that will go up this way. Oh, I have to get that off there. And I'll put place stamp here, and then try another couple like that, because they probably all really have that, don't they? I'm just looking to see that I get them up the right way. I don't want to be having it upside down. So that's the beautiful old building. Turn it over and there's the stamp thing. That's why I'm flipping them, just to check on that before I put it down. And then this one, I would think this way would be the way to go. So I think I could make a fair few of these. These would be quite good, but I've already done 2 rather quickly. That's why I thought I'd make another couple with some different images. So this is obviously a Parisian image, and then I've just got a street scene, and then I've got the really lovely picture. I don't know who that is, but it's somebody, a great British writer of some sort. And then I've got this gorgeous old building, which is just beautiful. So that's just the 4 that I'm doing this time. Now I'm going to see what else I want to do to them. So I will actually do it in some sort of semblance of order this time. I'll put the postcard down, and this time I'm going to make sure that I place it on that line so I can see where it has to go, and try and get it a bit straighter than I did last time. So you don't have to do this on all of them. I think that's much better. I've got it on that one. Maybe I'll do it on this one as well. So just do 2 and then 2 differently. So yes, please leave me your comments. I love reading the comments, and people leave me the nicest things. It's really lovely to read them. You can get a sense of who everyone is. Just put this one down too. I like this little one. It's like a little barcodey thing. That's why I think I'm drawn to this one. Just a row of little lines. Oh, I've just got ink all over my fingers, so now when I pick them up I'm going to have ink everywhere. Never mind. And I'm going to switch some up. So I'm going to put some down the bottom here, sort of in the middle like that. Yeah, that looks all right. And I like that one that I did up the side. What would look good also is some lines for writing on, but I don't think that I have anything like that necessarily. Okay, so I'm only going to use that on 2 of them, and then I will put some stamps down. Now I'm going to use stamps on all of these. I like the idea of using the stamp. Probably nothing too bright though. I got this little stamp here. Kind of want to put it down. Yeah, just some little stamp. Got these little face stamps. Another one of those bird stamps. And then this one, I don't know what they're of. They're from different times. They're all Australian, I can tell you that much. Because that's where they come from a stamp album that I had, which I pulled apart. Now I want to put that a bit crooked, so it looks like somebody's put it down, but they're kind of missed. Because I don't know, maybe I put it down on top. If I was doing it, it'd be perfect, of course, but I'm sort of dreaming in my head that other people are putting these stamps on, not me. So that's my little fantasy that's going on in my head right now. These postcards have come from other people, and I'm going to use them in my journal. And of course you can use your own stamps, your own postcards in your journal. I have lots of postcards that I can use, and I have blank ones, and I also have filled out ones that I've sent myself back from overseas, all sorts of postcards. Now these all need something else on them, so I'm going to start with this round stamp. hang on, we'll get that in the right spot and ink that up. And I'm going to stamp over the top. This has actually already got a stamp over the top, so that's a good one. And I like this round stamp a lot. It's very good, isn't it? And this one's already got one on it as well, but I think I'm going to put another one on it now. Just kind of where that one is too. So you get that, and it's only half stamped, but that was actually very fortuitous because it makes it look really authentic that way. I'll probably never be able to do that again, but I nearly dropped it, but I'll give it a go. I'm just going to put that one on there. Yeah, I've just held it up at the bottom a little bit so it's not clearly stamping that received thing. And I've got a bit of ink all over my table now, so I'm going to have to go and try and clean that off at some point. What else do I need on them? I need something on the top of these two. So let's look at what else I've got in my little stamp box. Here, I've got this one. Maybe I can put this one up here or down here. Okay, I'll put it on and we'll see where we can get it to sit. And put that down the bottom there. That looks all right too, quite like that. Probably won't use that again though. I might use this little airmail stamp. I'll put that up the top. And I need to put something else on here and here. Okay, might use the airmail stamp again, I think. So quite a fun little way to spend the afternoon, just doing some little stamps, you know, stamping up some little postcards like this. And you probably could do that line down the center a lot better if you had a fine line marker. I don't have any fine line markers at this point. I only had thick ones, which is why I used the biro. But I thought that, you know, the biro actually worked quite well anyway. Now I just wanted to put another little airmail stamp on. I want to put this down here. Thought that might look quite good there. I am kind of noting where I'm putting things, you know, I'm not just plonking them everywhere. That line is a little too big. I shouldn't have done that, but it's all too late now. And then I'm going to put another airmail stamp down the side here. I'll use this same one that I've got on my plastic board already. US airmail down there, it's a nice one too. That's probably why I like that one. That's why I've used it twice. And then I'll do the correspondence thing. I don't want to surround them with these things, but I do want to have a bit more on here than what is on there. Correspondence address only. I think that's fine now, but this one I want to put something else on it. Just have to find out what that would be. See what else I've got in here. Oh, I've got this nice one. It's got a crown on it. Let's use this one. I'll put this one up the top because it's got the crown on it. Right in center like that. That's good, isn't it? So, let's see what I need to put on the front of them now. I've got this one here. It says US Airmail Service, and I want to put it down. It's a bit crooked on there. Straighten it up a little bit. Like I'll put this one up here. It's going to be a bit curved, I think, yeah, and it's smudged a bit. But you know what? That's okay, because what I'm going to do now is actually take this and just stamp that there over the top of it. So I've got kind of half a stamp there. That looks quite good too. It's making it look a bit more authentic to have things on there. And that one sort of is a bit bent. It's my fault. I didn't put it on properly. Try it again. And I want to put it Maybe I'll put it down here. Oh, it's upside down. I can't do that. I'll stick it down there. That looks fine down there. Just let that dry. It's a bit shiny because this is a archival ink, but if the surface is a bit shiny, it's not going to dry as well. I can still see some shine on it, but it'll dry in a minute. I'll put that one away. And then I've got this one. Now that's all super busy on the front, so I'm not going to do anything with that one. But this one here, I'd like to put something down on it. I don't know if I want to ruin it though, because it's such a pretty picture. I might just leave that one how it is. So there you go. So let's bring them all in. So I've got these ones here. And then this one. And this one. Oh. And then I've got these extra two. And I think that they look quite good. I've got them all in. Yes, there you go. I quite like those, and they'll be really good journaling spots and super, super easy to do, really. And I mean, even if you didn't have the actual postage stamps, you could just play with, if you've got like a set of stamps you can ink up like these ones or something similar, or maybe you've got some other postal stamps that have got postmarks and things on them, then you could just play with those. And if you don't have that thing down the middle, just do what I did, draw it with a ballpoint pen. And if you had one that had the lines on it for the address, I think that would look really cool, but I don't have one like that. And because I've drawn the center one, I don't want to draw that one. So I'm just going to leave them how they are. And what a great thing to use as a journaling spot. Super, super happy. I'm amazed that they turned out so well. So thank you to all those people that I've seen do this. I know that I have seen Nat Williams do this, I'm pretty sure, a while ago now, but I'm sure I've seen other people. It's not an original idea, and I'm not claiming it to be such. I'm just showing you my take on it. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you in the next video. This is Deborah. Thanks for watching. Cheers.